Support my content by becoming a patron on patreon.com/JaianMusic. Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Anime Podcasters. Today, it is I, JaianMusic, and I am here with Hotshot. Hotshot, how's it going, buddy?
It's going. There's finally no snow here in the States, at least in the one state that I reside in. How are you?
I'm very good. It's a good time of the year because it is my reading break. I have no school this week, Hotshot. Today's podcast, we will be talking about the Hyuga clan and the Uchiha clan from Naruto. This is going to be a Naruto-centric podcast. Basically, we're going to talk about our two favorite clans. But before we do that, Hotshot, I have some big news for you. Are you ready for this?
No, but go ahead.
How about 4,000 plays on iTunes, baby? We got over 1,000 plays in 2 months this year.
Damn. This year hasn't even started.
It's not even March as we're recording this, and we already have 4,000 plays.
Thank you guys. Thank you for just letting your iPod play whatever it wants to.
This means the podcast is actually more popular on Spotify, iTunes than on YouTube and SoundCloud. So I'm gonna say. Well, I mean,
to be fair, for it being a audio only podcast, it makes sense.
Yeah, no, I totally. So I'm just gonna put it out there though. I always release the podcast ahead of time on YouTube. So if you're listening to this on iTunes or Spotify, youtube.com/JaianMusic, you'll get a faster version. Of course, if it's your preference. Okay.
I'm just surprised. Whoop. One last thing about the iTunes thing.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm just surprised they actively listen to either your screeching in their ear or my soothing, calming voice.
Or your absolute bias. Anyways, so let's start talking about this podcast. The Hyuga and the Uchiha clan are two clans within the Naruto verse, specifically Konoha, the Leaf Village. And today we're going to be going through a bit of our favorite characters, what we think about the clan, their history, their impact on the Naruto series. And we're obviously going to talk about big moments that these characters had from the clans. Like, obviously, we're going to talk about Neji, Sasuke, a lot of these characters that really are the head of the clans, the more popular Hyugas and the more popular Uchihas. So, Hotshot, I propose this. I think we save the best for last. I think we should start talking with the Hyuga
We
first.
should start talking with Uchiha.
No, we start with Hyuga.
We start with Uchiha. You said best for last.
No, okay. No, let's start with Hyuga. Like, seriously, there's more to talk about with the Uchiha, right?
There's more to, yeah, but you said the best. The best is the Hyuga, so Uchiha goes first.
Okay. Let's start with the best, and let's start.
Like you said, me and my ultimate bias. So my bias is Uchiha sucks.
Okay. Let me reverse psychology this one. Let's start with the best one. Let's start with Hyuga.
That's not what. Wait, yeah, that is what that means. So best first.
Okay, let's start with the Hyuga, which is clearly the best. No air quotes attached.
There better not be. I know where you live. Somewhere in Canada.
I
will just knock house by house.
So, why do you like the Hyuga clan so much? Is it because you knock house by house?
Maybe a bit. Okay, but in all seriousness, I do like Hyuga over Uchiha because I love their fighting style a lot more than Uchiha. So the Hyuga clan, and I'm jumping right into this, hope you don't mind. The Hyuga clan uses the fighting style of the Gentle Fist, which is meant to not kill your opponent, but to shut them down and immobilize them completely and make them basically useless in a fight against you. So when they use their Gentle Fist style and hit your chakra points, they can either accelerate the flow of chakra, making you overpowered and burst like a battery, or they can completely shut you down and drain you so that you can't even move really. And I love those kind of fighting styles, and I love that kind of movement to it. Now, when it comes to traditions and stuff like that, I'm more on the Uchiha side because Hyuga is very formal. It's very traditional in sense of when you see opening shots of Hyuga clan of the main house, when you actually see it in the anime or manga, you can see how Japanese centric the Hyuga clan is. And for a guy in the States, for me, it's just, I see Japan when I see Hyuga. I know that sounds incredibly... What's the right word here? There's a right word. I don't know what it is, but it's that word.
I don't know what the right word is, but I mean, obviously you're expressing yourself with your preferences, so I understand your point of view here. For me, this gentle fist taijutsu is what sets the Hyuga apart from many of the clans in the Leaf Village. There's a lot in the early Naruto during specifically the Chunin exams where we have Hinata versus Neji. This Gentle Fist battle is there's a lot to it where we see why are they slapping each other? No, this is the Gentle Fist. It's meant to block chakra points and to increase and decrease the flow of chakra. And obviously, we haven't even gotten to the Byakugan. One of the coolest Kekkei Genkai, in my opinion. Like, this Byakugan has a lot to it. We obviously have the weakness with their one blind spot, and that we'll get into. This Hyuga clan really is rich as a fighter. As close range fighters, they are top notch at the Leaf Village. And one thing that surprised me is that I don't know any Hyuga that became an Anbu. Spending like, why aren't they? Wasn't there an Anbu that's a Hyuga in there? So yeah, absolutely love the Hyuga clan. I think they're really good. Go ahead.
You'd think there would have to be an Anbu Hyuga in there somewhere, because Byakugan, like, not only activates as, like, or activates, not only has uses as, like, seeing chakra points in a fighter's body, it also can be used as, like, long-range recon. Like, you can see long distances and see through walls, that kind of thing. So basically, like, imagine night vision, but, like, built into your eyes. So you would think that they would be somewhere in Anbu or anything like that, but they can either be used up close or very far away. Up close to know where to strike and how to strike to shut your opponent down, and far away to actually just like sit back and gather intel.
Exactly. There's a lot to it, and I remember even in Shippuden, the Hinata and Neji's range before Neji passes away, unfortunately, of the Byakugan is insane. I remember them looking like hundreds of meters far into the forest, and like, oh, where's the enemy? Blah blah blah. There's a lot, like, they develop their skills. Another thing that I absolutely loved about the Hyuga clan is how there's a Gentle Fist, and then you have like techniques derived from the Gentle Fist. That's another really cool thing. Like, obviously the 8 trigrams, and then we have like, I don't know if 8 trigrams palm rotation, but there's like all the palm attacks. There's so many derived techniques. Any specific Gentle Fist technique that was your favorite? Just like straight up taijutsu, or what do you think?
8 trigrams, 64 palms. Like, that is
it because
honestly
it's the classic one.
The classic 64 palms, like the one that Neji uses on Naruto in the Chunin exam. That is honestly my favorite Gentle Fist move.
And why is that?
Because that, in one solid movement, once you're locked in the 8 trigrams and a Hyuga starts his assault, he can't be stopped. Like, he's moving way too fast for any blocking or for any stopping or anything like that. So once he strikes all 64 of your chakra points, or however 2 plus 4 plus 6, you get the idea. However many he actually ends up hitting and shuts down all of your chakra points at once, leaves you almost completely powerless, with the exception of Naruto, because he's jerky, so he had 9 tails. Anyway, but with that one move, he can basically win almost any fight as long as it actually hits and stays hit. Like I said, I just love moves that shut your opponent down and that give you like the immediate upper hand. Like, I like shutdown moves a lot better than buff moves, so like, I like shutting opponents down more than buffing myself up.
No, fair point. What I was gonna ask about that technique, I remember how, obviously we'll get more into this, the main branch and the lower branch of the Hyuga clan. Neji is a lower branch, and the 8 trigram 64 palms is a higher branch move. How exactly does Neji acquire this skill? Because it is not specifically taught to him, you know? Everyone is surprised when he's fighting Naruto that he positions himself to
not
start
only
the 8 trigrams.
Not only is 64 palms the main branch move, so is 8 trigrams palm rotation. That's a higher class move too.
He had two moves from the higher branch. I mean, go ahead. Your thoughts here. I mean, I was blown away by the one, but now that you mention it, yeah, he had 2.
With Neji being Neji, it doesn't exactly surprise me, because he was said to be a genius even among the Hyuga clan. Like, yeah, he was known as a genius to his clan, and maybe that's why someone currently, I'm not entirely sure myself, but like with him being the prodigy of Hyuga, someone might have taken him under his wing and showed it to him, or he might have found a scroll that had him on him, or something like that. I know they explain how he learned rotation, but I don't remember it off the top of my head. But 64 Palm, I actually did think was a like all branch style, since it's a so iconic move to the Gentle Fist style.
I remember that the higher branch is like basically like the who's in control of the Hyuga clan, and they all have that seal, that they're all cursed because there's obviously that entire battle with the Hyuga. The Hyuga clan is a big separation, and there's only one true leader. The Hyuga clan is very, very dark because I remember Neji being very fixated on the idea of destiny. Destiny this, destiny that. I mean, you can't rewrite your own path, you know? And Naruto, like, challenges that throughout the entire battle. And because Neji is essentially Naruto's big rival up until Gaara, and then Sasuke, obviously. We'll get into that. The Uchiha clan. I really feel like the Hyuga are closed-minded individuals at that point of Naruto during the Chunin exams. No, it's only destiny. It's destiny. You can't reverse your path. You're not destined to become a Hokage, Naruto. You'll never make it. You can't do this. And it's like,
and Naruto basically says, "Hey, you."
Like, essentially.
But, okay, so, sorry to backtrack here, but in answer to how Neji actually knew rotation in 64 Palms, Neji, however, bypassed this restriction by learning them on his own through basic observation. He learned by watching other Hyuga clan, like main branch Hyuga, actually performing 64 Palms and such. He just watched and did it himself.
Damn, that's impressive. That's so impressive.
By the way, we do have the wiki open on both of these clans, just so you guys know we're not pulling this out of our butts.
But what are your thoughts on this whole the closed-mindedness of the Hyuga clan? Obviously, the seals that they have, the higher branch, like the setting of the Hyuga clan, really like their way of life.
I mean, with them believing in at least until Neji versus Naruto, with them believing in destiny is destiny, and this is the way it always has been, thus this is the way it always will be. I can definitely understand where they're coming from, because the concept of destiny, with like main branch always being better than side branch, that kind of thing, is, since it has been the way things have been since essentially to their beginning of time, I can understand them getting used to that and getting lost to like the tradition instead of like changing with the times and like forming your own path, that kind of thing. I mean, that's why when Naruto actually beat Neji, he not only opened Neji's eyes to changing fate, but like all of the Hyuga clan. And why when Naruto even throws his final punch against Neji, "I'll change the fate of the Hyuga clan after I become Hokage," is probably one of his most iconic lines, period. And that's during the clash between between Neji and Naruto. So
essentially.
So with them believing in destiny and with it being completely blown away, I can understand why they fall prey to it, but that doesn't necessarily mean like this is the way that it will be, because it's just wrong.
It really is wrong. And what about the fact that this clan is separated into two branches? What do you make of that, Hotshot?
That is a bit harder to validate, because it's kind of like, to borrow from Dragon Ball here, it's kind of to borrow from like who's going to be a high class warrior versus who's going to be a low class warrior. And there's not, for me anyway, there's not really a point to it other than seeing like the side branches duty is to protect the main branch, and the main branch is to like provide and everything for the Hyuga clan. But it just doesn't make any really logical sense to me, because the side branch is full of fighters, but the main branch is full of like medical ninja or research ninja or stuff like that. Like Hinata, typically you wouldn't see when she begins as a fighter and she comes from the main branch, but Neji, who comes from the side branch, you would definitely see immediately as a fighter. So it's like a queen and bodyguard kind of thing. But so I can understand why it's there, so I backtrack on that. I can see why it's there, but it just doesn't make any sense to me if they're like one clan, then like protect each other, like all learn these valuable skills as ninja, but they can lose themselves to tradition.
I mean, they have a very dark past, is what I gathered here.
Yeah.
When I was looking into this clan. And another thing, I think that they want to hide the secret of all the struggles they've had, and they want to hide the secret behind the Byakugan. And so that's why the seal is there, essentially, because they're branded, like, you're branded for life. You can't reveal the truth. And when Hyuga Neji starts explaining this to Naruto, that's what inspires Naruto to really tell him, I will change the way of the Hyuga clan, and once I become Hokage. And so it's a big burden that these individuals carry. The more I think about it, because I remember this, the more I think about it, the more I'm just flabbergasted at the atrocities that went down with that clan, really.
I mean, I can understand, like, with things being secret, like, what you can prefer to hide and stuff like that, because if you have a dark past, like, your clan in general, obviously you don't want to make that known to, like, the future of your clan, but at the same time, you have that dark past, and you say, you can't do this because it, A, could repeat the past, or B, could provide them worse consequences than that, robs them of that choice and says, you are just a mindless soldier, your path is this, now walk it. It robs them of that choice.
It really does. I think we should talk a little bit, unless you have anything else to add. Let's talk about the Byakugan itself, this ocular jutsu that the Hyuga clan possesses.
I love the Byakugan.
I mean, it's essentially their trademark, in my opinion. It's what makes them what they are. This ocular jutsu,
that and the obvious Gentle Fist actual style.
No, of course, but I think before the Gentle Fist, the Byakugan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
Like, this ocular jutsu provides them with a 360 degree range of vision. It lets them see anyone's chakra points. It's a very useful tool. I mean, I'm not gonna. I think since this is your favorite clan, go ahead, regale me on the Byakugan, Hotshot. What's so great about the Byakugan, anyways? Yeah.
So the Byakugan, once activated, if you're, I'm gonna say because let's be real here. If you activate it, it instantly activates a almost 360 degree vision. You can see in all directions around you, even if you're just facing one. If you're facing someone head to head, you can see the chakra points on there. Basically here's this point, here's this point, here's this point, like basically telling you where to strike in order to accomplish what you want to strike. And it can also be used, like we said earlier, in long range distances. If you're hidden in the shadows and doing recon, activate Byakugan, you can see where the target is, you can see how many guards are in the area, that kind of thing. So it's being used for recon, it's being used for battle, it has an almost perfect circular vision. It can be defeated, and we will be talking about that, and it's not the perfect ocular jutsu, but it is one to give you the sight of everything that almost cannot be beat.
I mean, the Byakugan, in my opinion, is what proves, how can I say, is what puts... makes Neji or like any other Hyuga such a challenging opponent, because someone who has that in their possession really has an advantage. Like visually, you'll know where everything is coming. And I just remember that was specifically a scene in the Force of Death where Neji comes up on Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji, and then he's like, it's not even worth your time to take your scroll. So he just walks up, and Ino starts punching him from the back, like air punching him, and he's like, why are you doing that? And she's like, what? Doing what? What? How did you see that? And that's because he had his Byakugan on. It's such a cool jutsu. It really is.
And it also catches, like, if people don't know that they're facing a Hyuga, or even if someone has a Byakugan implanted in them, just like with Sharingan and eyes, I'm gonna talk about that whole thing later. But even if you don't know you're fighting a Hyuga, but they have Byakugan, it really throws them off balance when you're doing something behind their back or like in the shadows or anything else, and they immediately call you out on it. It just completely throws you off guard.
It really does throw them off guard. I think I think we should talk about this weakness that the Byakugan has.
Do we have to? I mean, the way we've been describing it, it seems like it's unbeatable.
Every armor has a chink in it. I forget. And you know what? Every brick wall has a missing brick, Hotshot. What's the missing brick here?
There is 1 degree that the Byakugan cannot see. It's called the 1 degree blind spot, and it's different for every Byakugan.
What? They have a blind spot? Could you explain that? I don't understand.
I hate your face. Anyway.
You can't even see me right now.
Shush, they don't know that.
keep going.
Maybe I am using Byakugan. Anywho, so the Byakugan does have one degree.
The Byakugan lets you see across the Canadian border.
I mean, I did say it sees far differences, so pick up your phone. Anyway, so the Byakugan does have 1 degree of blindness, and that is made apparent to us when the Sound Village 4 take Sasuke to see Orochimaru, and Naruto's squad goes and saves him. When Neji stays behind to fight Kirimaro, the spider guy, at first Kirimaro feels like he's totally defeated, but then he gets one lucky shot and quickly puts together that one area in the corner of Neji's eye he can't see, which is complete bullshit, but I can see why they did it. And the second that he knows that 1 degree of blindness is there, he completely destroys Neji and does almost kill him. So this 1 degree, if you're faced with an opponent that has very quick speed and very good accuracy like Kirimaro does, it's really it is the ultimate Achilles heel, because you can see all the way around everywhere else around you. But if you get hit in that 1 degree and you don't see it or hear it or anything else, then you can get completely destroyed.
Oh my gosh. I just remember that battle with Kidomaru and
Kirimaro.
Neji.
Okay.
Yeah, no, all good. And Neji really, for the longest time, was holding his own, but then Kidomaru really figured it out. There's a blind spot, and I think it gives credit to Kidomaru, who Kidomaru is as a fighter, being able to figure out where the weakness is exactly. There's a blind spot, and then using that to go along the battle and almost take Neji out at the very end. I think that this Byakugan is really cool. I know that Boruto has some sort of Boruto, obviously being the son of Hinata, has his own version of the Byakugan. And early on in Boruto, I don't want to spoil too much, but it tries to develop his own Byakugan. And then the Byakugan also, from what I recall, what was it called? It was like the Otsutsuki clan. They have their own derivative form of the Byakugan because they have inherited it through different Hyuga clan members. So they do develop their own style of Byakugan, and that's something that's more explored within Boruto, because that's where really the Otsutsuki strike again. So there's a lot of stuff here with the Byakugan. I don't want to get too off topic because obviously we're still talking about the Hyuga clan. But overall, an amazing dojutsu.
All right, so I'm gonna do this with the Uchiha clan too. I believe that we have reached the end of our ropes with the Hyuga clan. So if we want to move on, that is unless you did have anything else.
No, I think we're good. Okay. Go ahead with the Uchiha.
So the last thing, and I am gonna do it with Uchiha too. Who is your favorite Hyuga?
Oh man. You're putting me on the spot here.
That's what I do best.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember her name. Was it Hanabi?
Hanabi Hyuga, Hinata's sister?
Yeah. Is it Hinata's sister? Yeah, it is Hinata's sister. Yes, it is Hanabi. Hanabi is back in Boruto as a sensei, and you know what? She's doing a really good job, and I'm really happy with her character development. She's not that present, but I've seen her here and there, and she's putting in the effort, and she's part of the next generation, and I really enjoy her as a character. She was not that present in Naruto, but and then she put in a little bit. But like Boruto is, I think there's gonna be a big thing with Hanabi coming up.
Okay. And as for me, the older sister is actually my favorite Hyuga, Hinata, which was very present in Naruto, and even more so in Shippuden once she actually got going, because Hinata to me is the ultimate state of you start off small, but then only get bigger. Because if you remember in the original Naruto, she only watched him from the shadows and honestly was kind of a stalker. But then when you get to fast forward to Shippuden, she goes head to head with Pain to save Naruto. And almost does it.
No, almost frees Naruto, you mean?
Almost frees Naruto.
Yeah, because like she would not stand a chance against Pain. I'm sorry, I love Hinata, but like no.
But no. When I say almost does it, she almost freed Naruto to save him to like have him continue fighting. But ultimately gets killed, and Pain unleashes Six Tails on himself. And the following fight is hilarious to me, honestly.
It's great.
It really is. So my favorite is Hinata with how far she's come, especially now.
No love for Neji, huh?
I love Neji. Neji's my third, actually. Hanabi's actually my second. But yeah, Neji I do love still.
Okay, so now let's move on to the best of the two. The
Oh,
Uchiha
no,
clan.
no. You said the best was first, so
I
Hyuga,
had my hand
canonly,
crossed.
by
I had my
you,
fingers crossed.
is
Fingers
the
crossed.
best.
I have my No, screw you. I have my fingers crossed. Okay, and we both know, the Uchiha are far more superior, stronger, and they have a way darker past. They're
Yeah,
the
the people
better
can't-
version of
the people can't
they're
see
the,
us.
They're the better version of the Hyuga clan. Okay, they're
The
stronger
people
than
can't
the Hyuga
see.
clan.
The people can't see
no.
us, so you saying you had your fingers crossed is bullshit.
Okay,
You have no way to prove it.
No, it's not. They're still the better clan.
Wow, you're being such a baby about this.
You're being such an adult about this.
I am. That's why the Hyuga is better.
No, they're not.
Yes, we are.
Let's face it, we're both babies because we're both.
I play Xbox. I play PlayStation. Satanist. It's just kind of.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the Uchiha clan?
They're whiny little emo bitches.
Come on now.
Okay, really? Can you really say I'm wrong on that one though? Because a lot of the Uchiha does just brood.
What do you mean by brood? I've never heard that word.
You've never heard of brooding? Picture
No.
Batman when he's not fighting crime and he's just staring off a cliff, just complimenting life or contemplating life. Basically, brooding is just
life.
like.
Oh, you're so gorgeous, life.
Basically, brooding is just like looking over everything and like thinking the worst is the worst and it's never gonna get better, that kind of thing. And almost all of the Uchiha do this, with the exception of one, Itachi.
Why?
Itachi doesn't usually brood because he's going with the flow. He knows he has to go down a dark path. And he knows he has to do this, but he does it, with good intentions and good reasons, and you can actually understand why Itachi is doing what he's doing. At the same time, you can't really agree with it, because it's such a convoluted plot that why the fuck would he even? But when you get to Sasuke, literally he makes his life surrounded with the purpose of killing his brother. When you get to Obito, he surrounds his life with the purpose of killing Itachi for killing Rin. And it's just kind of, once they go through like that one tragedy for everything, they just hold on to it forever.
I mean,
they're not open. They're more closed-minded than the Hyuga was, because the Hyuga.
But Hotshot, they suffered
open to
way
change.
more. They suffered way more than the Hyuga.
They were planning a coup to overthrow the Hokage.
At the same time, they were completely eradicated.
Yeah, because they were planning to turn against their country, essentially.
The survivors from that, specifically Sasuke, imagine your entire family dying. I swear, I remember this. I was a teen, and I watched the episode of Kid Sasuke finding his mom and his dad dead, and I was like, this is why Naruto's not a kid show. Like, this is why Naruto is not a kid show. Like, it's dark stuff. This is very, very dark stuff, and they grow into these balls of hate, and we criticize them for being such hateful people. But I'm sorry, at the same time, the Uchiha have their own path, and they have their own turmoil that they have to deal with. And yes, this coup was going to occur, but from what I recall, it was justified because of how they were being treated by the Leaf Village. So at the same time, I mean, two wrongs don't make a right, but there was wrong on both sides, Hotshot.
You're completely right. There is wrong on both sides. I will still say that Uchiha does just brood and does just whine. But with Sasuke, I can give a bit more leeway. But after learning the truth, he still tries to destroy the village and Naruto and everything else.
I think we should demystify this. We keep saying the truth, the past, blah blah blah. What is the truth? So for the viewer who's kind of not all caught up, what is the truth behind this whole coup thing? What do you mean by truth?
So the truth being that the Uchiha was planning to overthrow the Hokage, which at the time I believe was the third, if I'm not mistaken, or was it the fourth at this point?
Case.
Okay.
I believe it was the third.
So if it was the third, yeah, because Sasuke and everyone was born by this point. So they were planning a coup to overthrow the Hokage and take power for themselves and make Uchiha number one, which basically, imagine a clan full of Vegeta. That is what this is. So They try to overthrow the Hokage, but the Hokage calls in one of their best Anbu Black Ops agents, being Itachi, telling them that they know about the coup, or telling Itachi that they know about the coup, and instructing him with a mission to eradicate his clan. Itachi, torn between destroying his family and loving his country, finally gives in and does destroy his clan, but he does it to save the Hokage and save the Hidden Leaf as a whole, because he knows the Uchiha is a power-hungry clan. So to prove that they are the best and everything else, he does eradicate his family, but he leaves one survivor, Sasuke, because he can't bring himself to kill his little brother, but he can't have him follow in his footsteps either. So he tells him to wait until he's stronger and find him and kill him. So if you want to kill me, then you have to hate me, or if you hate me, you have to kill me. Something along those lines. He leaves Sasuke alive, but doesn't tell him why.
You need more hate to kill me. It was basically you
need more hate to kill me. That's right. Okay. So
actually, this is kind of a funny thing, but I do want to splice this in for 2 seconds here. You're talking about Sasuke Uchiha. And I'm sorry, I do have to bring this up. Have you seen the Sasuke getting strangled memes? Oh my god, those are great. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, I will fully admit to some of them are actually really funny, but then others are just painful.
Oh damn, okay. I only saw funny ones.
I saw Shaggy was strangling Sasuke.
Ultra Instinct Shaggy is the strongest.
Barney was strangling Sasuke. Just a lot of these really weird ones. It was just uncomfortable to me. I think I saw one of Thanos choking Sasuke.
Thanos, yes, good old Thanos. To me though, I liked Sasuke, and I thought his character setup was like what inspired many other characters in the later on. A lot of like all the dark and like.
I will back you on liking Sasuke until Shippuden.
Why?
I just don't like him in Shippuden like at all.
What do you do?
I mean, because when he was getting in the original, you could see him going through like, yeah, he wanted to kill Itachi, he wanted to get stronger to kill his brother, but you could also see like he actually had genuine human moments, like sacrificing himself to save Naruto, or training himself up to face against Gaara, or saving Sakura from the Sound Ninja and the Chunin exams. Like all of these, like there's human connection to him, and when he severs all those connections to to Naruto, to Sakura, to literally everything except for his goal, I just don't find him enjoyable. Like I find him strong. I find him strong to Naruto's like over characteristic emotional. It's a good yin yang. It is a good balance, but Sasuke on his own, I just don't get into.
I think what we should get into is a bit of the abilities of the Uchiha clan.
Yeah, because we have been focusing a lot on just like Sasuke and his dark past.
So the Uchiha clan, they're obviously the Sharingan, the Dojutsu is what they're most known for. But before that, I do want to talk about a smaller technique first.
All right.
They have a great affinity. They're really just naturally gifted with fire style here. I mean, getting Sasuke doing fireball jutsu. Yeah.
Sorry.
Insane.
I mean, like they have, yeah, like you were saying before I cut you off, they do have the fireball jutsu. They have the phoenix flower jutsu. They have the dragon's tail jutsu, or dragon flame bombs. They have a whole lot of these other like fire style inspired techniques. And as a fire move lover, like just in general, I love all of these moves a lot more than I love their Kekkei Genkai.
To me, one of my favorite use of the fire technique, obviously Amaterasu is one of my favorite, but going back to more like natural Naruto, when Zaku was versus Sasuke, and he does the Phoenix Fire Jutsu, but then the Shuriken in the flames. That was really, 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 really cool. They use a lot of combat items, specifically shurikens. Like they use a lot of ninja tools in battle. I just remember this one where it was Shisui and Itachi Uchiha when they were kids fighting these Anbu, and this Anbu was like throwing all these stringed kunais, and Itachi was such a talented fighter and was able to deflect all of them that she got caught. The Anbu got caught in the strings of in the battle. Shisui, I love his super fast pretty much space-time ninjutsu teleportation jutsu. That was super cool. They're just very skilled fighters. They are exceptional. They are by far the strongest clan in my opinion. Before the eradication, obviously. They are so talented.
They are talented, but they are also dicks in my eyes.
Was that it?
Yeah, that was it. They are dicks. They are power hungry.
I loved the Sharingan. The Sharingan also was a great dojutsu. I mean, we commonly know it as the jutsu that it basically lets you copy any other non-bloodlight technique. Obviously, like Kakashi uses it, and he's known as the copycat ninja. That's a really cool. And then the Mangekyo Sharingan, how you have to kill a loved one to be able to acquire it, and then you can use the Eternal Mangekyo and all these different techniques.
I love, just like with Sasuke, I love the Sharingan until we get to Shippuden. Then it's just really, really, really complicated. Like, I love Kakashi's copy ability. I love Itachi's Tsukuyomi and Amaterasu. Like, I love the Genjutsu that I can do. I love the copying that I can do, like with Lion's Barrage and all of Kakashi's. But then once we get to the Magenko, I like the look of them, but then I just the Sharingan can also blah, and it can also blah, and it can also blah, and it can also blah. It's just okay, just give it a rest here. I know it's the ultimate weapon because obviously they play that up as it, but it's just hit the brakes or something. It just seems like a bit too much to me.
Just a reminder, the Mangekyo is different for every single user.
No, I know they each have their special ability with it. Obito's and Kakashi is Kamui.
Kamui, yeah, yeah.
So teleportation.
Well, it was they were able to shift stuff to a different dimension.
Exactly. Yeah, and then make it reappear if they ever needed it to. Including themselves, actually. Do what?
They also all have their own Susanoo. The big skeleton, armored beast that surrounds them. The first time we see Itachi use this, it actually blew my mind.
Yeah, when you see it the first time, it's fine. But then you see Sasuke use it. Then you see Madara use it. Then you see Kakashi use it. Then you see every Sharingan ever to ever use it. I'm a bigger fan of Tailed Beast than I am Susanoo, personally.
Here's the thing, Hotshot. I feel like we need to break this down. If you saw the Susanoo once,
yeah,
would that have been enough?
Yeah, that would have been way more than enough.
Okay, so if you saw Kamehameha once, would that have been enough?
Yes.
Okay, well, I have to fundamentally disagree.
It's
such a cool technique.
No, okay, hear me out here. If I saw Kamehameha once, then okay, that wouldn't have been enough, admittedly. But if I saw it used by only the same character, it's their trademark move, instead of Roshi, Goku, Yamcha, Krillin, everyone on Dragon Ball.
But everyone uses Susanoo in the Uchiha. A bunch of Uchiha use Susanoo.
That's my point. If it was just if it was one of Itachi's abilities to have the Susanoo, and Sasuke got it in turn after having Itachi's eyes implanted, that would have been fine. I would have been perfectly okay with that. But for it to literally be in every Sharingan, yeah, it's a different Susanoo, but it's the same kind of power. It's just no one can defeat my perfect Susanoo. Oh, hey, another Susanoo. It bothers me. It bothers me a lot.
In my opinion, it doesn't bother me, and it shouldn't bother you. The other thing I liked about the Susanoo, I loved how Naruto and Sasuke work together in Boruto, and you have a Nine-Tails Fox with a Susanoo too. It's really cool. I don't know. In my opinion, I love the Susanoo. I can't agree with you. I can't agree with you. It's so awesome, and the fact that you want to see this awesome thing a single time, it makes no sense.
So we can be men about this. We can agree to disagree if you disagree that you're wrong.
I disagree that you're wrong.
Okay, so I'm right.
You're wrong.
You just disagreed that I'm wrong, so I'm right. So you're wrong.
No, I edited that part out. You're wrong.
Yeah, no. If you keep any part of this podcast, just keep Jaden's wrong and just leave it there.
I've been using my Sharingan Genjutsu this whole time. This whole podcast is an illusion.
I believe this whole podcast is delusion, but if I win in this delusion, I'm fine with that.
Okay, I think we should talk about what do you think about the genjutsu prowess of the Uchiha? Obviously, specifically, let's say Itachi. Genjutsu is like obviously a jutsu based on illusions. We have Kurenai when she tries to get Itachi, and Itachi is quickly counteracts her genjutsu, and Kurenai's entire thing is really the use of genjutsu. What did you think of that?
I love their genjutsu. Like, I love Tsukuyomi. And
Oh my god, that's such a cool technique.
And just like again, like the first time you see it, like this isn't Makeko Sharingan. Like that's the one that separates to like having different abilities for every eye. So like Tsukuyomi being used in genjutsu, the first time you see it, Itachi used it on Kakashi. This will last for 72 hours, and less than 3 seconds pass in the real time. But he feels all of those 72 hours. Like moves like that just like basically leave you completely powerless. Again, like just like with Byakugan and Gentle Fist, like it plays that kind of trick on you. Plus, I mean, I'm a fan of magicians, and genjutsu isn't real, so I like it.
Anime isn't real. No, I'm kidding.
My heart. You're betraying your own channel.
I absolutely love their use of genjutsu. I think it's really, really cool. Another technique I love by Itachi is the explosive clones. That's so cool too. What did you think about Madara and Obito? Let's talk more about these evil. I mean, essentially
more evil than
Uchiha,
usual Uchiha. Like regular Uchiha is like anti-hero, and then there's evil. There's no hero Uchiha except for maybe Itachi.
I guess.
And
so,
Obito before he turns into whiny little bitch.
Oh my god.
So before he becomes an Uchiha.
So I'm guessing you didn't like Madara? Is what I'm
gathering? Like I mean, I understand the threat behind him and everything else. Just like so you hear the first Hokage fought against Madara for like, I don't know, a solid week or something like that. And it was just a nonstop battle that the first Hokage in the end ultimately won. So you're like, okay, cool. As long as like we have something like that, we can do this. But then like every time he gets backed up against the corner, it's like, no, there's a bigger plot here, so I have a better move. And it's just Madara's just, he's the Frieza, I feel, of Naruto.
He didn't come back in the tournament of power that Naruto will have. Okay.
I mean, it'd be good, like, Naruto just uses a summoning jutsu and Madara just pops up. Where the hell am I? You're fighting for the fate of the world. No.
All right, do you want an unpopular opinion and a hot take I have?
You like Madara? Because that's very popular.
No.
Go
Sakura Haruno is an
God.
Uchiha.
You're not wrong. You're not.
Sakura is an Uchiha.
Yeah, she married Sasuke.
Let that sink in, Hotshot.
I like Sakura. She's useless, but I like her.
I hate you. I hate you for liking her. I'll never understand why you like her. But she is in the Uchiha clan. And I prefer
like I said,
her daughter.
Uchiha
I prefer
clan.
Sarada. Sarada is a better character.
I will back that up 100% because I really do like Sakura. And I do like Sakura, but that does fill or back up what I said earlier. The Uchihas are just whiny little bitches.
I really like Sarada. For the reason why I really like her is because she really is the combination of her mother and her father, where she has these. She's a great ninja.
She's Sakura, but she can actually do stuff.
Basically, like
she is like okay,
she punches, dude.
So earlier, Hyuga clan had Neji like as their progeny. Sarada, I believe, can actually hold up that flag of like actually bringing a good name back to Uchiha, and she has that drive to be Hokage and everything else to it. And it's just kind of, I mean, yeah, she does suffer through one thing though, and that's that Sasuke is never there. So.
Actually, to that, I would like to add the latest Boruto episode is there's this thing happening in the Leaf Village right now where it's parent-child day, and they had a Sasuke Sarada episode that just aired, and I just watched it. It was great. I loved it. I'm not gonna spoil. I loved it.
Okay, it's taking me a minute to see a parent-child day in the fucking hidden Leaf Village. It's
good. I like it. It gets a lot of hate, but I like it.
No, I mean, okay, so again, I haven't actually sat down and watched it, so what I've actually seen in games. And from what I have seen, I do like it. Like, I do like Sarada. I actually do have a soft spot for Boruto, as pointless as I find him. and that series. Like, I do have a soft spot for it. It's just, I wish Naruto just ended after he became Hokage.
I don't, because I love it. Quick, before I don't want to get too far away from the Uchiha, but you know what? You know what Boruto is to me? Boruto to me is the copy of Naruto, literally. But like he tries to be cool. Like he's like with his friends, like, oh, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go have fun. And then his dad goes, no, you can't do that today. And he goes, oh, Dad, you suck.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't like it.
I like to show Boruto. I don't like to see. I don't like the specific character.
Seeing Naruto, like even let's say you're just a complete blank slate, and Naruto, you're seeing Naruto next to Boruto. Seeing Naruto grow up with no friends, no family, like all he has is his goal, builds that character. But when you see an actual like real life kid go, I want to do this, and his parents say no, fuck you, Dad, and then does it anyway, it's just, what really builds more heart? What really builds more of a character than like Naruto going through all of this, like building that happy face but having nothing inside, and where Boruto really, when you look at it, has everything but feels like it's not enough.
Essentially, that's what it is. I don't know. I do think we should get back to the Uchiha though.
Okay, sorry guys.
No, it's all good. Any other thoughts on the Uchiha here? We're gonna slowly start wrapping this up, Hotshot.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I do really like the Uchiha fire moves, like their fire techniques, their trademark moves. I do, to my limits, like the Sharingan, and I do have an Uchiha or two that I actually really do like. It's just that, I don't know, I get the like, you need that anti-hero kind of clan to like, we're power hungry and kind of thing to like build it, because they're full of prideful warriors, like people who want to be the best and prove that they are the best. Like I said, it's a clan full of Vegetas. And I do like the Uchihas are right, but I don't know. It's just one of those things that I like the Uchiha clan, but there's several clans that are in, especially the Hidden Leaf Village, that I just like more, just because I like them as people more. I like their techniques more. I like what they do more. The only thing that the Uchiha really has on me for that is a couple of characters and their fire moves, because I'm a sucker for fire moves.
Oh man, I completely agree with that. I love the fire moves. What I want to add two things about the Uchiha, and then we'll do favorite characters from that clan. So the toughest part of Naruto for me, definitely now thinking about it, and like when I was a teenager or a child, whatever, watching it, was the downfall of the Uchiha. Sasuke going through that. Oh, just it hurts a lot. It was just such a tough pill to swallow, because just family is so important. And the other thing is, I want to highlight a moment between two Uchihas, specifically Sarada and Sasuke, the first time they met. There was this thing where there was a lot of there was this clan that was basically copying the Sharingan, and Naruto went out of the village to meet with Sasuke, and Sarada was like, I want to go meet my dad, so she goes with Naruto. And the first time Sarada sees Sasuke, they're in this like dark spot, and Sasuke pulls out his sword and sees she has a Sharingan. He's like, you're one of them, what are you doing here? And he goes to like almost like attack her, and Sarada's like, Dad, is that you? And he's like, wait, you're my daughter? It was this like really weird moment and emotional, and I just the family and the family structure and of the Uchiha clan will forever be messed up, and I still enjoy this clan way more than the Hyuga personally.
Okay, and personally, I will still back the Hyuga clan. There are other clans in Naruto that I do like, but Hyuga is still my favorite.
Wrong.
I said my favorite, not the favorite.
Still wrong.
Okay. Then who is my favorite?
The Uchiha.
Yeah, no.
You're wrong.
I'm right. I'm right about my opinion.
Wrong. No, you're wrong about your opinion.
I'm right about my opinion.
No, you're not.
I'm right about my opinion, but your opinion itself is wrong.
I disagree.
I agree with me, and that's all that matters.
All right, so who's your favorite Uchiha character?
My favorite Uchiha is actually Sarada. Like, she is just one of those characters that, yeah.
You haven't watched Boruto.
I've played Boruto.
You haven't watched Boruto, and you're picking a Boruto She never appeared in a second of Naruto, and you're picking her as your favorite Uchiha. It makes no sense at all. This is
Jaden?
nonsensical.
Jaden?
No. Because you're like, Sasuke's so good for this, and Itachi's great for that. But you pick Sarada, and you haven't watched any Boruto? That makes no sense. Explain. No.
I will explain after you calm down.
Okay, explain to me how you're wrong.
I will explain to you why Sarada is my favorite Uchiha.
The floor is yours.
Okay. Sarada is my favorite because, like I said, the rest of the Uchiha does have the dark and brooding process to them, prove that I'm the best, like just that power-hungry drive to them, with the exception being early Obito and Itachi. But I'm picking Sarada because she, honestly, in my eyes, does have the potential to turn that entire dark history of the Uchiha clan around, because she is actually dedicated to the village. She wants to become Hokage for the right reasons, and she dedicates herself. I feel like she can do what Neji wanted to do for Hyuga after Naruto defeated him in the Chunin exam. He wanted to better the Hyuga clan. He wanted to help Naruto with that goal. And I believe Sarada can do the same thing for the Uchiha.
Valid points, but I still feel like you need to know Sarada more by watching Boruto Hotshot. I'm sorry. But think about it. Think about it. Let's be quote men about this.
Okay, enough with the bit. I do completely agree with you that I do need to watch Boruto and understand Sarada and their team better. But I have seen.
That's all I'm trying to point out.
And I completely agree with that. And it's not like I'm going into Sarada blind here, because she does appear in the games and she's actually in a fair deal of it. So I do have at least a decent idea of their character.
Okay, I mean, I think we talked about it enough. For me, I'm actually gonna say Itachi. Itachi is essentially the reason why the Great Ninja War. He was a huge part as to why the Great Ninja War. How can I say this? Was a success because of him. I mean, Sasuke too, obviously, but because of him. And think about it, he was reanimated, right? But his genjutsu was so good, he was able to reverse the genjutsu of his reanimation and act of his own will. And he went all the way to Kabuto and was able to capture Kabuto in a genjutsu and essentially reversed all of the revived ninja, and he was just a very, very important part of that. So I'm going to have to say Itachi. I know what he does, killing off the Uchiha clan, is obviously super dark, but he really, really was important in that moment. So Itachi was my favorite Uchiha. All right, Hotshot, I think we've discussed this enough. Let's start with you. Where can people find you on the internet? You were telling me you were working on a Hotshot video, or you were thinking about it. Or
I am currently in the process of finding time to record. I do have a capture card. I do have a mic. I do have what I need, and I just need to find the time in order to sit down and record. But I do have what I need to actually put out a Hotshot video. So, you guys can find me here, as always, on about 25 episodes, I want to say. I'm just throwing that number out there. It means nothing. You guys can also find me over on my channel, Hotshot Ginger, and I will be uploading more since I have the equipment. I just need to get time to record. And you can also find me over on Twitter, at Caution Ginger. I still have yet to change that from my previous name. And that's really about it. And you can also find me in the US of A. Somewhere. I'm somewhere here.
What about Nostalgia Brothers? When's the next podcast?
You guys can also find me on Nostalgia Brothers.
Yeah, what's going on with that, though? What's the update?
That is a work in progress. Me and the other Nostalgia Brothers, one of them, GoPro Kyo. We are currently talking about our projects and how we actually want to move forward with that channel and the podcast with that channel. So that one is strictly a work in progress, as is my channel, Hotshot Ginger. But they will both be having videos on them.
Okay, great. Good stuff. Obviously, we just mentioned GoPro Kyo. All of the artwork for anime podcasters is provided by GoPro Kyo, so he's available for commission. Go check him out on Twitter at GoPro Kyo. Hire him for any animation, artwork. He has amazing prices, and he does absolutely beautiful artwork. So go check out GoPro Kyo. For myself, you can obviously subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/JaianMusic. On SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/JaianMusic. Leave us a rating on iTunes. We always appreciate those. And also, you can get some Giant Music merch on giantmusic.com/shop. And might as well, when you're there, hire me for a project. I am available for freelance. I do voiceover, mastering, mixing, composition, recording, editing, just anything audio under the sun. I can even sound design if you guys want. So go check me out on giantmusic.com. My Facebook page is facebook.com/giantmusic, at giantmusic on Twitter. And I just put out a new rap album with Lunatic Rappers. It's on iTunes. It's called The Return. So check out Lunatic Rappers, The Return. We are back. It's a 5-track EP. And GoPro Kyo's on one of the songs, by the way. He does a voiceover for the title track of that album, The Return. So go check all of that out. And Hotshot, you know what? We did this once before, and I really enjoyed doing it. Choose the next topic for the next episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Best top 5 anime games that Hotshot Ginger himself has played. Brought to you by Hotshot Ginger and JaianMusic.
How am I supposed to contribute to that, though?
You will suffer.
Okay, that makes no sense.
You can
talk
talk
like a thing where.
Well, you can talk about the actual anime, because I guarantee all anime games that I've played that I want to talk about, you've seen the actual show.
Okay, so like a podcast where you bring up the game.
I bring up the game equivalent to the show.
And then we talk about the show?
Yes.
How many of these anime games shows have you watched?
Pretty much all of them.
Okay, you know what? That will be the next podcast. I don't know what it's going to be called exactly, but that's the next podcast, guys. See you guys next episode. Bye.
Bye.